So, good evening to all dignitaries and my colleagues here. So, on behalf of IIT Hyderabad, this is Saptarshi, currently Dean Academics of IIT Hyderabad. So, one thing, let me tell you that IIT Hyderabad is just a proud moment for me, that because I don't see that just we are only 12 years of age, very young actually. Still, we have started competing with the older IITs already, and in the ARIA ranking, that is the research ranking of the country, we have now ahead of even the older IITs also, couple of older IITs also. So IIT Hyderabad from the day one, we have started a lot of things, and I was seeing the Stanford presentation. And not only IIT Hyderabad, I'm a student of IIT, and I worked in industry for 10 years in Tata Group. And then I came back again as a faculty. Now I'm a dean. So I'm seeing the IIT system from the different angles, be it student, be it administrator and faculty, and also from industry. So I'm telling you the more the points what have been mentioned there. IIT system has all the points. So I don't see there's anything lacking. We are lacking this severely. So what I mean to say, there is infrastructure already in place. So IIT system is having all the possible things in place. But only thing is that the as I think Dr. Narsimhan has rightly pointed out. See, you need to think about when you talk about QS ranking and all the rankings, you need to add a denominator that is called investment. And if you see the investment, the QS, if you put the denominator, you see that the list will be changing very, very rapidly. And I'm telling you statistics that all the IIT together, our annual budget, is less than a single university of US, John Hopkins. So that's the where, and then if you put this denominator down, then you see we are doing very good, because there is basically we are not getting that much monetary support. Okay, so that's to start with. But I'm saying that India is now still a reliable host historically. We have hosted everybody who came in, and our culture has grown from one state to another state, and we welcome everybody. So there is a perpetual and potential platform in India is always offering that it's a perpetual host. It's a reliable host historically. When I think thousand years of history can talk on behalf of us, which none of the other country can perhaps talk about. There is a huge scope of higher education to grow. If you talk about simply the financial figures, that I hate as an academician to talk about finance, but let me tell, because I have to define the scope. That is right now Indian students are spending more than 50,000 crores in the last statistics to the foreign education, and that has grown to 50% in last 10 years. That means it's a steady growth of our students are investing from the abroad to the abroad for foreign education. So there is a lot of scope that is available for us, and if we can retain this money, see, the important part is that finance will be inside the India, so it will be utilized inside the India. It will be for our own country. So there are difficulties. People have told rightly. Dr. Narsimhan has correctly pointed out. I am also fed up, sir, with DST DBT's fund crunch. And I have a DBT project. First year I got the fund. After 2 years, after the second and third year, I'm not getting. Still, I am struggling. So this is the situation actually. So I really want. Of course, situation is changing, but I think there are lots of difficulties. Any of those difficulties can be taken as opportunity for higher education for us. As a country, opportunity wise, there are two verticals. One can be as a country, and one can be as an institute. So I feel that as a country, the major area is that I was in industry, as I mentioned to you. But I feel that there is a big lacuna that the abroad universities are having, and we don't have, is that link with the industry. That we need an intense supply chain link with the industry. So our education should be focused, our particularly the technology and science education should be focused on the application, and that's why the link is very important. In Germany and in the US also, there's a theme-based consortium. Give an example, today, electric vehicle is very important, becoming very important. So IIT Hyderabad already started a MTech program for electric vehicle for working professionals. Now it is better if government think of a industry academia consortium for electric vehicle, where people come and exchange. We are doing it. We are doing it at the institute with Mahindra. We are doing it at the institute with Tata. We are doing it in our small capacity. But if it is a policy, if it is a policy-wise, government of India builds a consortium where such theme-based kind of discussion can come, then perhaps things will be much more better a dialogue. So that's one of the points as a country we should think about. Theme-based consortium to have a supply chain link with the industry. Then we need more institute of eminence that I already told. Our denominator is very, very poor. We need more funding. So our equipment, if it is gone down, as Dr. Narsivan rightly pointed out, that if one equipment is down, once we purchase the equipment, we have money for purchase. We have a 50 lakhs money to purchase a very costly equipment. We have a few crores of money to purchase the equipment, at least in IIT. But the problem is that how to maintain it. Once it is down, then we don't have money for to do it. So that's a very big things that our system needs certain kind of sustainability. The initial investment is not enough. We need the sustainability. That's something where we all feel that is very important to do. Our R&D budget, everybody talked, I don't want to tell, it is less than 1 GDP. Where you think about any country which is reasonably good in education and research and development and technology, is minimum 2% GDP. So we need to elevate ourselves to the level that we need to pump a lot of money for innovations and to create a culture. And NEP, I think some of our dignitary colleagues have told about NEP. NEP has really come up with fantastic ideas like academic bank of credit. So the flexibility being talked about, if you want to become an education hub, the first thing you should see the flexibility. The flexibility has to come. A student can come up with a different background, and the person can come to any other branch to do something, and that credit should be respected. So this academic bank of credits are all these concepts are very, very important. Now, this policy government has told, but now it's time to monitor the implementation. There, the India's problem starts. We have to think about how to monitor. The watchdog should be working properly. The problem of our country, I feel that initial intention is not bad. Everything is happening. Investment is also happening, but the sustainability is area where we need to look into much more in depth. And we should think about a knowledge-driven economy than economy-driven knowledge, which right now is happening. So last but not the least, the more exchange between the higher education institutes would happen. Last 2 years is a very bad time where the networks of Indian universities and institutes are having a big problem because of COVID. I hope that more and more exchanges should happen. This is from in countryside. There are many other points. Because of scarcity of time, I am not going in details. And as an institute, what to do? We need to develop, everybody is saying here, and I fully agree with that. You need to have a more focus on the skill development. Right now, is the classroom teaching is history. Classroom teaching cannot compete with WhatsApp and Facebook. The students are more glued to it. We need certain kind of practicals, tutorials, and learner-centric approach. Those days are gone. When a teacher is thinking how much I deliver, the days have come when we have to think how much they receive. That is very important to understand how much they receive. And its efficiency is very poor. Does not matter I am a knowledgeable teacher or not. So that is the area we should be thinking about how much they receive. So that is very, very important area, and more practical, more tutorial things to come in place instead of a classroom teaching. Now, another point is very important. We need to have more international faculty, students, and collaboration. IITs are very active in it. And I will glad to say the Study in India, Asian, ICCR, Government of India has given a plethora of companies now. The journey just started. So we are hoping more and more. Every year through these agencies, MEA agencies, Ministry of External Affairs agencies, we have started getting a lot of students, especially from SAARC countries and the African countries mostly. But more and more we are expecting from in the next 10 years, I am sure there will be a jump in the foreign students and international faculty here. So that's one. And we need to really invest more on research. We should incentivize research and overall infrastructures. And last but not the least, that is the area where entire system is lacking. See, if US system and Indian system you compare, one of the biggest difficulties that postdoc culture, postdoctoral culture. I feel that technology in higher education, this postdoctoral culture is, see, a faculty is very busy. We need to write grant, we need to teach a course, we need to bring so many things, we are administrators. So we are doing so many things. So postdocs are the people who basically run the lab, day-to-day lab. That's very important. The faculty gives the vision. It has to be executed by certain able people. And India, the postdoc culture is missing, and we honestly need this postdoc culture similar to US. That's a nice model that US is successful for a long time. And last but not the least, that, if we get this, make India as a hub of world academics, then, entire benefits retain inside the India. That's the beautiful part of it, which I already mentioned. And another important part will happen: the student and alumni network that will spread throughout the world. Exactly what US universities are right now doing. Their networks are everywhere because students are passing there and going through as an academic ambassador. So if we make an academic network very nicely, then India's visibility and brand name will be definitely increasing. And last but not the least point is that we should inculcate the innovation and growth for the society welfare, and technical education should be really implementable. We must not forget that the letter T in our name IIT, that technology means there should be certain implementation there, and that implementation should reach the grassroots people, and finally to add to the country's GDP and welfare. Thank you very much.
Yes.